Headshot. Bang. UFC 286 just wrapped up. We are here joined by Isaac Diaz in our live prediction. We just saw the fights that happened in the O2 Arena in London, England. Isaac Diaz, thank you for joining me. We are very happy for this card because it happened earlier in the day. So for us here in the U.S., it was earlier during the day. So we get time to, sit down, watch the fights, and it's not ending at like 1 a.m.
Seriously.
So we saw the official result. It was Leon Edwards retains his UFC welterweight champion in a majority decision. Justin Gaethje in a co-main event as well won a decision.
A sleeper.
So back-to-back wins for Team Trevor Whitman. Isaac, I'm going to go to you. I'm going to say, how did you think about the card overall? What do you think about the co and main event?
Well, you just said double wins for Trevor Whitman. So you just said that, which is exactly what I thought. I thought Usman won that fight. How can you be the champion and be on the back foot and allow the opponent to control the fight all through 5 rounds? Now, I did see Leon get some clean shots, but I also saw Usman get some clean shots. And guess what? Wrestling. It was in some of those rounds, we could see that the elite wrestling of Usman was getting the better of Scissor Hands Edwards. Now, listen, I don't want to be a party pooper. I don't want to be, because the England fans, that's their Rocky. I don't believe he won the fight. I actually believe if this was going to go to decision, it should have been a draw. If anything, if it doesn't go to Usman, it should have been a draw. But aren't we happy that we can put this trilogy behind us? Because Mr. USA, Mr. Donald Trump, the best Chael Sonnen 2.0 is next up. And his name is Chaos Colby Covington.
I love it, man. Love the breakdown. That is probably the next fight. He was in attendance, actually. He actually weighed in as the fighter who, if anyone missed weight or anything like that, he was going to be that fighter to fight any one of them. So he was actually there in the building, and he had an interview after with Megan O'Leary, which is a little cringeworthy, but, check it out on YouTube.
Well, let me tell you something. Did you not notice this? It was bigger news that Colby showed up as the backup fighter than Leon versus Usman. That was getting more coverage than the main event. That just shows who Colby is. One of the best on the mic, one of the best fighters.
For sure, yes.
And I'm looking forward. To that fight.
Yeah, definitely Chael 2.0, or even someone who is embracing the heel aspect of it. And I think sometimes he believes it in his own self. And great fighter, backs it up. Well, I think what's next for Leon Edwards is, like you said, Colby Covington. I'm going to read you the scorecards because I know you said that it was a close fight, obviously, but it was actually closer than we thought. So Ben Cartilage scored a 48-46 for Usman. For Edwards.
Okay.
Chris Lee, 48-46, Leon, and then 47-47 by David Lathaby. So he actually saw it as a draw. Obviously, that affected the round taken away. There was a point taken away in the third round. For a illegal blow down below. So, we saw that Leon, it was hard to get his footing in. He was grabbing the gloves, grabbed the fence. And so actually the point was deducted because of the fence grab. But then, we saw some illegal blows and stuff like that. So, but the point deduction was because of the fence grab. Now, what do you think is next for Usman? We talked about Leon. What do you think is next for Usman?
I think the best road right now that Usman can go on, I would say, and maybe I'm too crazy in saying this, but I think he should get the win of Burns and Masvidal. I think he should actually go out and become a crybaby and start protesting this. Start actually playing the bad guy character and beginning to say, just like Colby, that he beat. I love when Colby says that he beat Usman in Madison Square Garden. We need to see Usman come as the bad character. And I do believe there really isn't anything interesting in the welterweight division other than him fighting either a Burns next or Masvidal next in order to see if he can get a title shot, because Colby is going to win against Edwards. But I think, I'm just throwing my little sense into this, I think he should go up to middleweight.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, he's still one of the best. He's still amazing. Just has 2 stints on his record right now, coming out of being an undefeated fighter. Very hard to come back, obviously. We saw with Anderson Silva. We saw with Chris Weidman. So very hard to come back after those losses. But he has great coaches and a great team behind him. And I think that once he gets his footing in, I think he needs one of those few, top 5 contenders to get right back into the mix. Now, we saw Justin Gaethje fight against Rafael Fiziev. And he won the decision. It was a pretty electric fight, not a close one, but a pretty electric fight. There was some moments where it felt close. But what did you think about the quote unquote fight of the night?
I think it was the snooze fight of the night. I actually wasn't interested in it at all. I mean, I love Gaethje, but it's almost like every time he fights, skill goes out the window. He's not a mixed martial artist anymore. The skill goes out the window. He becomes a brawler. I know that's
a bar fight.
Right. I know that that's his style, and I know that it's exciting. But he needs a better dancing partner than the one he had tonight. I personally feel if he beats you brawling like that and bar fighting like that, you don't deserve to be one of the top guys. So Gaethje had a pretty solid win, and I look forward to actually seeing Gaethje get another crack at another top 5 guy.
Wow. I'm going to go the complete opposite. I thought it was a great matchmaking by the matchmakers, and I thought that it was a bar burner. I think that's, everyone wants to see that, right? Everyone wants to see a bar fight, essentially. But I think that the technicalities for Justin Gaethje are out the window when he gets in there, especially with a dancing partner like Fiziev, who is going to be right in front of you. His eye was swollen shut. I mean, the blood that was dripping from this guy, it was absolutely crazy. I love the fight. I thought it was absolutely incredible, especially because late in, I believe, the first or second round, Justin Gaethje actually did go for a takedown and finally took him down.
Right,
and
I like
everyone
that.
was like, thank you. They were calling for those takedowns and stuff. So, I think what's next for Justin Gaethje is keep getting wins, keep getting victories here in the light weight division. It's one of the best divisions, in my opinion.
What about him and Dariush?
Yeah, him and Dariush. I mean, I think Dariush is booked right now, but there's fights coming up, and I think he should sit down and wait for some of those matchups. I think bantamweight right now is probably the best electrifying division right now, especially after the win with Merab. But we'll see what happens with that, obviously, with Aljamain Sterling fighting against Henry Cejudo coming up next. So we're moving this forward with UFC on ESPN, UFC Vegas, which is Vera versus Sandhagen. Which is going to be Marlon Vera versus Sandhagen in the bantamweight division. Just talking about the bantamweight division. And we have Holly Holm versus Yana Kotskuya. And that's going to be next week, actually, March 25th. So that's going to be that. And then April 8th, we have the middleweight contender, Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. Because, as you know, Israel Adesanya has been one of the best middleweights of our time right now, but Alex Pereira took that from him, and now they're going to go back against for the rematch, the second one in the UFC for them. As you know, they fought before in kickboxing. So just give me your quick synopsis of that fight.
Well, listen, Pereira is the boogeyman to Adesanya. He's got Adesanya's number. And I think in any way or in any fashion that this fight goes, I do believe Pereira, Pereira is going to pull out the win. He's just a boogeyman. Adesanya doesn't know how to beat him and finish him off. And even, I believe in the last fight, Adesanya was going to win that fight. But there's a heart in this Brazilian fighter that you can't be taught that. To come back and win in that fashion in the 5th round, I mean, remarkable. So I believe he's the boogeyman of Adesanya. And I hope Israel loses because we need to see, hopefully, Chris Weidman get a shot at the title when he does come back from injury.
Isaac, thank you so much for your breakdown. Guys, that was our UFC 286 prediction. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you guys enjoyed the fight. We'll see you next time on our predictions and post-fight show. Don't forget to check out Andre, who couldn't join us tonight, but check him out at Karate Kid on YouTube, and you guys can check him out there on his channel for his breakdown. We'll see you next time. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And Isaac, what do we say?
Peace.